So hello and welcome to the Books Crypto Club weekly catch-up on Zoom. It's Sunday, the 20th February 2022, and today we're going to talk about whatever we end up talking about. It may be cryptocurrencies, maybe blockchain, DeFi, NFTs, ICOs, STOs, whatever takes the interest of the people who come along. We hold these sessions every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. UK GMT, so do come along, come and join in. If you're a novice and you'd like to learn more, this is a great way of learning and asking questions. If you're an expert and you like to share that expertise and knowledge, then come along and join us as well. And we then record these, put them on YouTube, as you're seeing now. So if you enjoy these, do remember, please do subscribe, click on the like, do the things the YouTubers keep telling you to do. So with that, let's see who's going to come and join us today.
Hello.
You see about the phishing attack on Openseas today?
It was a phishing attack, basically.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know why people still open links and stuff like that.
Well, this is the problem, though, isn't it? I always say to people, whatever you do, don't click on any links that are sent to you. So if it's from a company that you are doing business with, then type in their website address yourself or whatever. But then there is still that risk that you get a message and it says, click here for latest update, blah, blah, blah. And I believe that the phishing attack, it looked like a standard email from Openseas, so it looked quite normal. Didn't stand out and people just clicked on it. So, yeah, it happens.
You know what it is? They put like the name Openseas, blah, 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 but actually the URL is masked,
Yep, yeah. Well, there used to be, I've forgotten the exact term now. It's like homomorphic. It's not homomorphic, but homomorphic. Yeah, where you basically, it's a URL that you're including things like Cyrillic characters. So like Russian language characters. So it looks like it's, Binance, but it's actually B and then a slightly different letter from a different alphabet or something. So when you look at it, unless you're really looking closely, it looks like a legit site. So
yeah, of course.
Anyway, that's the way it goes.
That's been going for a while,
Yeah.
But the guy, look, guy is clever, what the guy has done, to be truly honest. I wonder why those guys, they don't do things,
for
they
good.
could do so much better,
Do you know what the story was then? It'd be quite interesting if you got any details behind it. Because all I saw was that it was an email phishing attack that got people to presumably log in using a link they provided and got the
still being analyzed. They're still being analyzed what type of attack is, but
okay.
What the indication was exactly that, phishing attack, these guys in the URL, and then just compromise people's computer. Once you're there, it's easy then just to get access to their NFTs, transfer them,
Yeah.
And it was very fast transfer, and the guy just selling them, yes, already nearly $2 million in Ethereum for selling those NFTs that he stole, So, okay. I mean, it's not like he hacked Openseas. It doesn't look like it, he hacked Openseas, the smart contracts or whatever, It's just a standard hack, It looks like.
Well, this is it. Sometimes the things that people assume are really sophisticated are actually really, really simple. I've seen it before now where someone thinks their account's been hacked by some clever, hacker in Asia or something. And it was actually that they were on a train and someone was sitting and looked over their shoulder and saw the user ID and password that they typed in. Sometimes it's the really, really simple stuff that gets you.
Indeed. And, it's incredible that even still the simplest stuff, still works,
Yeah. So you see anything of interest happening in the crypto world this week?
Yeah, not really. Bitcoin is retracing again.
It's around the 38,000 mark at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, it's exactly 38,000. So
there you go. I've got my finger on the pulse.
Yeah.
Might be worth just pull up the charts and see what's going on. Actually,
38,000. So I think what if you put week by week, yeah, and
Mm.
we zoom out, you will see exactly the same thing happened before. So I said this in the last few weeks, if you remember. I think it's gonna go back again, you know.
Yep.
It always goes twice to the bottom, you know. Just testing the wall, yeah, one time is never enough, you know.
Yeah.
So it's going to be tested, and I think honestly it's going to be a big test. It's going to be, you see, very, very similar, Gary. You know, it went, if you look back when it went down to 28K, it went again up, yeah, again, and then it went back down to 28.8K again, yeah.
Yep.
So we reached that all-time high the first time, and then the second time we reached 28.8. Yeah.
Where are we talking though? Back in 2021?
May. No, May.
Oh, okay. May last year.
April, May, yeah. He went 28.8K, and then he went up, and then went down again. No, the previous, go to, yeah, that one there.
Yeah.
He went down again to 28.8K, tested again.
Ah, okay, I'm with you, yeah.
Yeah, it happened the same here. He went down to about 32K. Now, you know, in 22, went to 32K, and then he went up again, and now it seems to be going down again. So you could expect to go back to 32K, you know, but who knows if this war happens. This is going to be a big test for Bitcoin, you know, or for crypto in general, because look, stocks, you know, all gone, you know. I mean, it's failed equities. We know that has failed completely. Inflation now, you know, it's happening. You know, with the war, it's going to be now a big test for Bitcoin, I think, you know.
We'll see.
Did you see the guy from DogeCoin, yeah, the core developer, he steps down from the project?
No.
Yeah. Ross Nickel is stepping down.
Because did Elon Muk say something the other day about he's opening some sort of drive-in cinema type thing where they'll accept Dogecoin or something? Or was that just
I mean, the guy is the driver behind Dogecoin. He has so much of it. I mean, he has like really a lot of it, you know. So of course, is going to try to drive it and to push for everyone to use it. It's a bit ridiculous, you know. But
you say the lead developers stepped down.
Sorry? Yes.
Did you say the lead developers stepped down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just, I'll post it here. There's some stuff going on that probably is not very good, you know. So the guy said, I'm out. It's going quiet. He doesn't want to do anything bad because he has a lot of DogeCoin as well, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the number that I saw in this article, at 31.6% of crypto holders in the US, they own also Doge.
Okay.
I was like, people, they're insane. People are just insane, you know.
See, this is the kind of thing that it kind of brings home to the immaturity of parts of the crypto market. When you see things like, you know, he noted that the conflict might emerge since his day job employer is shifting to the blockchain scene. So, you know, this is a cryptocurrency that's getting a lot of interest. A lot of people are buying into it, all this kind of thing. And the guy's still got to get a day job in some way, which is kind of interesting. So,
yeah. And that was a very interesting thing this week. Another one was, I don't know if it was this week, last week. I think it was this week. Was BlackRock announcing, was it this week or last week? I can't remember.
What about the pharmaceuticals or? No,
BlackRock announcing that they are going to start to advise all their customers to invest in crypto.
Ah, okay. Okay, yeah, BlackRock gonna have crypto trading.
That's quite interesting, and they're gonna advise their users. I mean, there was some insider, and they didn't comment, of course. Yeah.
Well, I was going to say this is always the problem, isn't it? When you say when you see things like sources say that they are going to do something, it was a bit like there was an announcement that appeared on Yahoo Finance, I think it was last week, about Apple takes another step to accept cryptocurrency payments. And when you actually dug into it, because a lot of people went, wow, Apple's going to take crypto on such to pay. And actually, when you went into the article and then looked at the research behind it, which pointed to some other thing, it was simply that Apple was embedding some of the touch to pay integration piece, which conceptually means it would make it easier to include a cryptocurrency wallet as a connection point in future, but didn't mean they were doing it. And it was just so misread. So, okay, so one of the people said it will allow their clients to trade cryptocurrency through Aladdin. Okay, that'd be interesting. But yep, again, as you say, BlackRock declined to comment. So we shall see where that one goes. Good catch, though. Yeah, interesting. Keep an eye on that one, because that's the kind of thing I think will potentially have a bigger impact on crypto prices.
Yeah, look, they will never announce publicly, right? Sorry, they will never comment, but when they announce publicly, they will put a PR press release out there. And it's normal, they don't want just to, they probably made a decision, yeah, and someone leaked it. Yeah. And they actually cannot comment because they're probably going through all the stuff with the SEC and so on, they have to do it. And only when everything is registered with the SEC, yeah, that they're going to do it in X and Y, Z way, then they can confirm it.
Yeah.
But it's usual stuff, somebody that got access to that information, bought some Bitcoin, and then he went out there to leak the deals,
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually they found out, and the SEC finds them big time, or they go to jail even sometimes for inside trading and all that stuff.
I don't actually know how often people actually go to jail for insider trading.
They do. I subscribe to RSS feeds from SEC.
Okay.
I'm always waiting for stuff that might impact negatively. If you don't do it, do it. It's quite interesting, Gary, what you find sometimes. You just filter it for crypto stuff, I think, and it will be quite interesting what you see. And there's often people that are going inside because of inside trading,
Okay.
It's actually a criminal offense.
Yeah. I'll take that away as a recommendation. I'll give that a go.
But if you think, well, what this means, it's quite big, Gary, because it gives the door. I mean, they have what, 20 trillion under management? Yeah, imagine all of that. Now people be able to go through that Aladdin platform starts to.
Yep.
Of course,
And it's one of those things as well that it lends further credibility, and it means that the traditional markets can use it as an access point into the crypto world without having to go through a load of the hassle of what we've probably experienced. So it should be a lot easier. So yeah, could be a good sign for crypto. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, there's something else that that was going around about Pantera. I was trying to find it. Some people are saying that crypto is going to decouple soon from stock prices. Yeah, because there's been a correlation, for a while. I think they are wrong. I think the correlation is going to be even bigger, and I think what's going to happen is because, by the way, this article is about Pantera talking about something else, but
okay.
I think what's going to happen is because of the BlackRock announcement, others have been happening for the last 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, it looks like potentially later this year, I would say towards beginning of the new financial year for the ones that start in April, yeah, we might see a much bigger adoption of Bitcoin. And I think there's going to be even more correlation if all of these people start to enter the crypto market. So then we'll be tied forever. I don't think it's going to decouple a lot. It's not going to decouple at all. So I don't agree with what they are saying. I think it was Pantera CEO that says crypto to decouple soon from stock prices or something like that.
Okay. Yeah, but it's interesting what you're saying about the whole thing about the trading thing and the mass trades and this not being a big deal for blockchain assets. All the markets are wrong. It's pretty rare the markets actually get it wrong. But
I mean, 100 million for what they've done is quite a bit. I don't know what they're going on about. But
violating registration of Investment Company Act. Okay.
Which is okay. I mean, they did okay. It's not okay. They've done it. The usual arguments that the SEC has, right? If you put on their side, you say, yes, we are right, but from a crypto perspective, come on, doesn't matter. But let's say they did, 100 million fine for what they've done. These guys are going quite hard, the SEC is going quite hard.
I wonder how much of an impact that has in terms of what BlockFi's reserves are.
It doesn't matter. It's a lot of money, Gary. It is. For a fine is huge.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna start to be really, really when they start to go. They're still going through the stuff was happening in 2017 and 18. When they start to go through these 20 and 21, oh my God.
Well, that could be interesting. That if you remember back to 2017, 2018, where there was the ICO gold rush, and I know that the SEC were investigating various cases subsequent to that. But if they start doing like a cookie cutter prosecution approach against people who were involved in some ICOs in 2017, 2018, who are probably, the people involved are probably relaxing now, thinking, oh, nothing ever happened to that. The ICO died off. We made some money. We didn't do anything with project, blah, blah, blah. If the SEC now follows up 5 years later, that could be very interesting for a few people, particularly as you say, because there is the potential that they could impose not just compensatory fines, but punitive fines. And the whole idea being a punitive fine is that it's significantly in excess of whatever it was you raised originally type thing. So,
yeah, indeed. Something else as well. God, I had a lot to share, but nobody. Gosh,
Hey, this is why we record this kind of thing. Hopefully, people are finding it of interest. That's good.
Yeah. So another thing was I posted already the link. Have a look. Chain Analysis latest report that says that in 2021, contrary to all the people talking bad about crypto, only 0.15% of all crypto transactions were illicit transactions,
Yep.
This is, just go to the graph, you scroll down, there's a graph that clearly shows that, not this one, it's a blue, this one, you see 0.15% are illicit transactions,
Yep.
So, and this is 0.15 of the crypto transactions. If you put as a global, for all the illicit transactions in the world, this is probably 0.001 here or something, is significant, So I had a strong discussion with someone in another group, where I said, basically bankers and traders and so on, from New York and London. I told them, look, 99.99% of the illicit transactions happens in banking. So all of these things about FBI doing task force for these and police, they should really focus on those 99.99% of illicit transactions done by traditional finance players, which means mainly banks. And it was a strong discussion about that, and honestly, there's no way for them to hide on that. The more they push towards this, the more people in crypto should splash them in their face. Look,
Yeah, but this is the interesting thing, that the one that the crime agencies seems to be getting excited about at the moment is NFTs being a form of enabling money laundering. And
it's so small, Gary.
Yeah,
so small.
But they're saying it simply because a lot of people can't understand why people spend $2 million on a JPEG ultimately, and I kind of get that. But you're right. If you take a look at the global money laundering markets, crypto's tiny. It really is, and I agree. You would have thought crime agencies would be better off investing their time and effort on where the criminals actually are, as opposed to saying that crypto's where we think they may be.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is is the frustration. Look, I understand really well how law enforcement sometimes probably feel really with their hands tied, because it is so bad, and it goes probably so high, that they feel their hands tied sometimes, and they can't progress much. Because if you look at how this is going for decades already, we know majority of the laundering happens through the banks in London. All the structures that big law firms with the banks created for all these people that are laundering money, being drug lords, being blood diamonds, doesn't matter, everything goes through here, everything, trillions of dollars per month,
Well, I get some reports. There's a group been set up, which I think is called a Transparency Task Force, and their kind of aim is to improve the transparency of the financial industry, particularly around things like money laundering and illegal activities and that. And you look at the fines being imposed on banks, and it's off the scale. It's not millions per year in fines, it's billions per year. And they keep doing it. And
so then, yeah, sorry to interrupt. Yeah, go on.
No, I was quickly going to say that's where you suddenly realize that actually the whole system's more messed up than you realize, because in actual fact, what that means, because there's no big change in trend, they pay the fines year on year, which means that the banks consider the fines simply a cost of doing business, and the governments and the regulators actually treat the fines as income.
That's exactly, I had a strong discussion with some of these guys, bankers and you name it, traders. And I told them, you guys think that it is okay to commit a crime because what they say is, yeah, it's Wild West, there's no fines, nobody gets caught in crypto, blah, blah. You tell me and say, look, when people are caught in crypto, not only they pay really big fines as well, but they go to jail. You do money laundering in crypto, you end up in jail. Plenty of cases, yeah, has happened. Lots and lots of cases, And I told them, tell me who in banking went for jail for money laundering, yeah? And they posted me this link that I'm posting you now. Yeah. Just have a look at that. Have a look at that. They posted me that link, yeah? And then I went through that. I actually saw that link before. I knew what they were trying to do. And I said, look, most of these guys, bankers that were criminally prosecuted and went to jail, they were because of fraud, yeah, straight fraud, yeah, and market manipulation. It was fraud and market manipulation. There's a list of them, yeah. And that's only one. Only one in, I don't know how many decades, yeah? Only one, which is the Italian guy, that Italian guy. Can you go up?
Okay.
Italy, that guy, yeah. Giovanni. Yeah. He was the guy that went for money laundering. You see on the right, it tells you exactly what was the conviction. conviction. You know, it was part of it was money laundering. All of the other ones, it was just fraud, you know. And the 26 of them, or 25, whatever it was in Iceland because of all of that. If you scroll up, there was that big scandal in Iceland, you know. You will see. And again, the Spanish one, this was on a big fraud as well in the bank. But majority was really that Iceland, which was mainly fraud, you know, market manipulation and fraud. So not only one guy, which is the Italian guy, went to jail for money laundering on so many decades. You know, they've been laundering money for the cartels, you name it, for everybody around the world, you know. So I think them, and they, of course, they shut up, you know. They didn't even answer back to me, because once you show them that proof and say, look, you guys think by paying fines you're okay, but you are criminals. Not them, I said, not you, but this is criminals do not go to jail when it is in the bank. But in crypto, people go to jail, you know. That's the difference, you know. And not only that, there's transparency on chain. Everything is verifiable by anyone. So it's becoming harder and harder for a criminal to hide, because there's some chain analysis techniques that allows you to kind of circle back to a point that you can almost pinpoint where the money, where the crypto was kind of washed, you know, and you end up, you see then big numbers going to certain bank accounts that you can almost pinpoint, you know, and then you can follow that money, where it came from, you know, from those bank accounts. Becoming really hard, because the techniques from chain analysis are really good at the moment, you know. And so, I mean, it's fascinating. It's something that fascinates me a lot, you know.
Well, it's something as well that in some ways it may actually lend further credibility to the crypto world.
I agree.
Because of like chain analysis, elliptic, and some of the others that are doing things. So it's good. Okay, right. Gonna have to call a close to this. Gonna have to finish for the day.
Yeah, sure.
So thank you very much for your run through of what's been going on in the crypto world this week.
Yeah, cut most of these.
some of it will be cut out. The other stuff, which is crypto related, I'm sure people who are watching will find that of interest. So thanks for joining us.
Not sure about the jail bankers. I've said too much there, you know.
I think that's entirely legit, because that actually plays exactly into the whole crypto world about how the bankers are saying that crypto is for money laundering criminals, and yet they appear to be the criminals who are getting the jail sentences themselves. So,
hey Gary, take care of your voice, okay?
Have a good one then. Cheers now.
Cheers,
bye now. Bye. So that turned into a one-to-one session talking about various things in the crypto world, activities that have been going on, and doing a great comparison between the credibility of crypto versus the banking system and fiat currencies around money laundering and illegal activity. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do click on subscribe if you did enjoy it. Click on the like, make comments, and hopefully see you again. Bye for now.